It's getting so nasty out here, you guys. Lil Durk was recently jailed for his role in a plan to kill Quando Rondo. Even worse, he booked many trips to other countries to evade the authorities, only to be arrested attempting to flee. Unfortunately for him, they apprehended him immediately after catching up with him just before he boarded his private jet. However, Durk's girlfriend India Royale and his ex-boyfriend Dej Loaf got into a heated Twitter argument before we could comprehend this turmoil. Even though Durk was meant to be India's committed partner, Dej made it public that he still had discreet affairs with her. What an enraged mess. Rumor has it that India, feeling ashamed of Durk's behavior, may have begun singing to the police about what she knows. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's get started. In case you haven't heard, Durk was arrested in Florida on federal charges in connection with Quando Rondo's 2022 attempted murder at a petrol station. The plan failed because Robinson, his cousin, was not as fortunate as Rondo, who survived. 5 further members of Durk's OTF gang have been arrested as a result of this event, and at least 2 more are anticipated to be taken into custody shortly. Our community suffers much from this kind of gun violence, and such careless behavior must never be tolerated. It comes out that when King Von was tragically shot outside a nightclub in 2020, Durk was attempting to kill Rondo. Von died tragically after being repeatedly stabbed by a friend of Rondo, according to sources. This has sparked strong feelings since Von was also an OTF member. LAUS attorney Martin Estrada described the act as cold-blooded and stressed that it happened at a crowded petrol station, endangering several innocent onlookers. After nearly 2 years of no one removing Rondo, Durk took matters into his own hands and devised a plan to kill him. On August 18, 2022, he learned that Rondo was staying at a hotel in LA, and he sent out some of his OTF members who have since been identified on that day. In order to eliminate Rondo, a group of people including Wilson DeAndre Keith Jones, David Lindsay, Asa Houston, and an unnamed 5th suspect planned a flight from Chicago to San Diego and further to Los Angeles. After discovering a text conversation between Durk and one of his OTF colleagues, fans started to piece the puzzle together. A caution was included in the message, "Don't book any flights under names involved with me." The members of OTF landed in Los Angeles and met up with another critical OTF figure, Con Grant, who had flown in on a private plane. Con quickly put the plan into action, renting 2 luxury automobiles to make their operation easier, buying 4 ski masks, and setting up hotel accommodations. The next day, they followed Rondo and his cousin Robinson as they drove their Cadillac Escalade to a dispensary, a West Hollywood clothes shop, and a petrol station across the street from the Beverly Center. To set up an ambush, the gang carefully placed their cars behind the petrol station when they arrived. The others exited to shoot Robinson inside the Escalade while one member remained behind the wheel. Unfortunately, they hit Robinson instead of Rondo, putting everyone's life in danger during the tumultuous situation. Following the explosion of gunfire, the OTF members displayed a startling lack of concern. As if nothing significant had happened, they went to an In-N-Out and spoke to Con Grant about payment arrangements. After dinner, unconcerned by what had just transpired, they returned to Chicago. Even more concerning is that Durk paid for their travel and lodging, as the authorities subsequently learned from evidence in his credit card and iCloud data. At first, the party thought they had managed to avoid capture. But it quickly became apparent that they were wrong. Con Grant, Lindsay Wilson, and Houston were all taken into custody by police last Thursday on suspicion of conspiring to conduct murder for hire. He acted as soon as Durk heard that his colleagues had been captured. Before setting up a private plane for his escape, he scheduled 2 flights from South Florida airports Dubai and Switzerland. This developing drama brings to light the rising worries about gang-related violence and the resulting legal repercussions, as well as the extremes people will go to for the sake of loyalty and retaliation. He was on an aeroplane to Italy but was detained in Miami before boarding. As I previously said, at this time, Dej Loaf chose to be clumsy by using the circumstances to gain some influence. She sent a tweet that implied she knew that Durk had a close relationship with India, yet they were still intertwined. For those unfamiliar with their past, there were rumors that Durk and Dej were dating in 2016. However, he swiftly dispelled such rumors by stating they were just friends. However, Dej could not conceal her affection for him even after they had made amends. She tried to hide the fact that she was anxious for his attention. She recently embraced a more petty side amid the drama surrounding Durk. A few days ago, she tweeted a mysterious message on Twitter that simply said, "Free." A follower saw this and responded, "We saw that post, girl." "You should," she said in response. People don't know half of the business they're minding, said another commenter. Let's be honest for a moment, her tweet was confusing. She publicly revealed her relationship with Durk on social media, so it's strange that she would claim that others don't know the whole story. Most people weren't even considering deconcerning Durk's recent problems until she decided to express her thoughts. India and her children, entangled in this maelstrom of drama, were the main focus of public attention. Rumors say that she felt utterly deceived by Durk's behavior in India. According to the allegations, he was not only cheating on her but also taking risks behind her back. Due to this, India is now in a very precarious situation, especially given the additional strain of juggling their family life and dealing with the consequences of Durk's legal troubles. With trust shaky and emotions running high, the dynamics of this scenario are complex. Dej may have hoped that her recent activities would get her some attention or compassion, but they emphasize the pain and complicated entanglements. This circumstance serves as a sobering reminder of how easily things can get out of hand and the emotional toll it takes on all parties involved in a society where relationships are continuously scrutinized. The loved ones caught in the crossfire, especially India and her kids, who must now cope with the fallout from Durk's decisions, are undoubtedly the actual victims of this story as it develops. He was also slanging that thing in Dej Loaf on the low, and there are even rumors that India may be speaking to the feds right now and giving them more information to get back at him as usual. This is all conjecture, but it didn't stop people from voicing their opinions, like this person who said, "DA should have kept this to herself. India is about to lose her mind, so let me find out. What do you think about you going to jail, and do you think that India will snitch Spike? What should you do?" Please share your thoughts in the space provided below, and remember to click here to watch this other extremely messy video. Someone else mentioned that Durk was worried about India while the day here was messy.